All right, I've got another guitar for you from Aklot today, except this time it's an electric bass. It's called the PJ4. Welcome back, I'm Tony, and yes, this is the PJ4 from Aklot. It is a bass guitar. And listen, even if you're not a bass guitarist, if you're a guitarist and you like to write music, everybody needs to have at least one bass around. And this one comes in at just under $170, which that's pretty amazing considering that it has a roasted maple neck. A couple of other things about this guitar. They say it has punchy lows, clear note definition, and advanced response for a wide range of styles. I'd pretty much agree with that. It has both precision or P bass and jazz bass pickups on here. A beautifully roasted maple neck, which itself would cost about $170 if you were buying just a bass neck. And it is a full 34-inch scale. Now this is billed as a beginner kit because it comes with everything, which I'm going to show you after we do the demo. But I'd say it's a lot more than just a beginner kit, because even if you're a bassist and just need a bass for mucking around with, well, this one will do it. Well, let's get into that demo. All right, one thing right off the bat, not being a bass player, I do play bass with a pick. I find it difficult for me to get the whole finger thing down there, but hey, like Dave Ellison from Megadeth, that's how he played, and I'm sure there are others. Right now what I've got is I've got all of the knobs turned all the way up, so all the pickups are active, and let's just go ahead and see how it sounds. Yeah, I think it's got a really good sound to it with everything cranked all the way up. So let's see here. All right, so both pickups all the pickups are turned off. All right, now both of these volumes are turned all the way up. Now, I don't have headphones on and my monitors are really low so that I don't get feedback and all that stuff right now, so it's really difficult for me to hear, but I'm sure we'll be able to hear on the playback. It definitely has some diversity, and with these two different pickup sets in here, you're going to be able to get some different sounds to it. Yeah, listen, it plays really nicely. What I like to have a bass around for is for when I'm writing my own songs, you know? Yeah, like one of the songs that I'm writing right now. Anyways, I'm not a bass player. All I can do is give you my perspective as a guitar player, and I truly think that every guitar player should probably have at least one bass in their collection, because you never know when you're going to need it. Fleshing out a song or something like that, don't have your bass player around. $169 and you are set. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these all the way down. I'm going to take them back up to about halfway. Now we're going to take just one of them all the way up. Now both of them all the way up. Now let's take these tone knobs. I think I've got that right. So they're all the way down. Now I'm going to take just one of them up. Now the other one all the way up. Yeah, if I had headphones on right now or a louder monitor, I could dial that in a little bit better. There's a lot of tonal spectrum in there, so play with it as you will. You're going to get a little velveteen pouch in here, and aside from that, you're going to get an instruction manual for the bass guitar itself, which is nice. Just giving you the basics. Okay, yeah. And then, you know, telling you how to tune it and all of that kind of stuff. Then you also have a Play Bass Now, Beginner's Tutorial on the Bass, a little book that's going to teach you how to play the bass. Pretty great. And then inside of the pouch, you've got Allen wrenches for adjustments. You've got an extra set of bass strings, a digital tuner, instrument cable. Some people might say it's blasphemy for bass, but picks, a nice cleaning cloth, and a fancy strap. So this is my first full-scale bass. Being a guitarist, when I saw that the Fender Mustang was a, well, short-scale bass, I was like, ooh, well, that's kind of nice. And also I bought the bass for my wife, But then again, I'm the only one that really uses it. But yeah, this is a full-scale bass, and I can definitely tell the difference. You're going to get much more of everything that a bass is supposed to be. The short scale works for me for most recording purposes, but now that I've got this thing around, I can see this thing ending up on a lot of my recordings. Again, that gorgeous roasted maple neck, which probably costs about the same amount as the guitar does if you were buying it separately. And it's pretty well set up. I mean, I'm not a bass player, so setting it up like a guitarist, it has minimal fret buzz unless I'm really pulling on one of these strings. There's no sharp fret ends, and the action on it is really, really very acceptable for a bass. It does have a cool, unique shape to it, and I like how you plug it in right there because it just kind of goes right there and around your cable if that were how you're going to do it. Personally, I'm using a wireless, and it's a little less, I mean, I guess it could go just like that. So yeah, it's nice. Now, being a guitarist, I would like to see a switch on there to switch between the two groups of pickups, but the way that this is set up, you can actually just kind of dial in your tone exactly how you want it. And like they said, you can get everything from slap bass to metal to whatever on this thing. So that's nice. With that combination of pickups on there, you just don't see that often. It is a bolt-on neck, and unlike a guitar, you're not as concerned about getting to these lower frets, but you can actually access those quite nicely there. As far as the strings that are on here, again, not being a bassist, I don't know what the best bass strings are, but these are actually, they sound really good and they're playing really nicely, so no worries on that. The tuners on here, they seem really accurate. I've found that once I get this thing in tune, it stays in tune, so that is a welcome thing right there. I don't know exactly what the ratio is on those, but just the slightest turn and it definitely has an effect, so they're pretty tight. I think for me, the bottom line is if you're looking for a bass as a guitarist and you just need to have one around for recording or something like that, you want to learn how to play bass, or if you just want to get a second bass so that you don't take your very expensive one out to certain gigs or whatever, this would probably fit the bill for all of that. So it's pretty nice. This is again called the Helix PJ4, PJ because precision and jazz. So yeah, I'm going to put a link down in the description for you where you can find it on Amazon, and I'll also put a link down there for the Aklot website. So if you want to check that out, you can do that too. But yeah, that's pretty nice. And I can definitely see myself playing this one when I need to play a bass, or Or if I've got a neighbor who wants to play along with me and I teach him how to play bass, or my wife or something, you get the point. But yeah, it's nice to have one even if you are a guitarist. Well, listen, I want to thank you so much for your support here on the channel. Likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, always very important to my channel. So if you like what you see, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, there's a red subscribe button down there and notification bell. Click both of those, you'll get notifications when I upload new videos. I just really, really do appreciate your support. And your comments are also important too, because I'll find stuff in there that I'm like, oh yeah, people will tell me, hey, by the way, if you like that, you might like this. That is perfectly great, and I really encourage it. So leave a comment. Well, that's it for this episode. We'll catch you next time on the Vapor Trail channel.